Hi guys, and welcome back to my 1955 house reno. I have lots to show you since my last video. The concrete swimming pool has started to be removed in the garden. That's really exciting. It's nearly filled to the top with all the rubble that's coming out of that. We've had tree surgeons here to get rid of all the beech hedges where the double-storey side extension's going behind me. And in the garden as well as all of those sapling trees, which was just in the dozens and dozens of sapling trees everywhere. And then we've had some cut down to 8 foot down the side as well. That will grow much more nicely in the future. And lastly, I'm going to introduce you to who is sponsoring this video, HelloFresh. For those of you that don't know, I've got a code, get you 60% off your first box and 25% off your next 8 boxes of dinners, which is a great offer. So I'll talk more about that later. But first, I'll show you around and we'll start in the garden because there's plenty to see. So there were a row of beech hedges along here. We've left the stumps in as the builders will be removing those with a digger, as it costs extra to remove those with the tree surgeons. And what it can now show you is hopefully planning permission will be accepted for it, is how nice this big side plot is. So you can really envisage now where we're going to hopefully build in a couple of months if it gets approved. And what it's also made happen is the garden, you can see all the way back now. So originally there was another row of beech hedges along here and it went all the way along there. I think the previous owners obviously wanted to segment this big garden, but I personally want to see these large trees when they start to bloom later in the year a bit better. So the plan is to have a pretty low maintenance garden eventually, just things down the side and the back, but we just had to remove so many sapling trees that were all the way everywhere, and I'll show you when I get near the back. We started demolishing the pool, so we had this big concrete surround. It was obviously built by the owner at some point, probably in the 70s or 80s. We've punched loads of holes in the pool so it doesn't fill up with water, and we're draining it slowly but surely. And then this is the rubble that's come out of it so far, so we've still got all of this to take out, all of this wall up here, and then we'll eventually make sure it's down to the right level, put really good topsoil on top, at least a foot, so then when we put grass in it eventually we don't have any issues. And as I say, we've popped lots and lots of holes in so it doesn't ever fill up again. And it saves going to the scrap heap because that would be a lot of money to get skips in there. In the back, all of these sapling trees have gone. So they were all here where all this mud is. They had a really cool digger, I'll have to show you, to get them out and to grind the stumps. And then all of these trees down the side here, we didn't want to get rid of those for privacy reasons. They've all been cut down to 8 feet. So they can grow a bit more nicely, and just a few trees trimmed down the side too. So it's looking a bit open at the moment. The idea eventually is to plant trees at the back to give us some privacy, and I have no idea what we're going to do with all these different levels and everything. We'll see what money we have left in after a year of renovating this place to see what we can do to the garden. But as you can see, it's a lovely size now, and I really like how the view isn't blocked anymore. So the single story extension at the back hopefully will come to the end of this patio if it gets approved by the council, and then wrap round to where I am now with the double story in this section here. So where I am in the corner is pretty much going to be all house here, and then all the way along to just near the end of the garage down here. So all of this patio will be kitchen, open plan diner, and then living room back in that corner where the beech hedges were. And it's going to stop here because we want a window out from the kitchen there to give some more natural light. And then this is our double story garage down the side, which nothing's happening on this side of the house. Inside the house, kitchen. So this room It's being split into two. All this wall's coming out, which is why it hasn't been stripped of wallpaper. And there's going to be a toilet and a cloakroom here and a corridor going out to the extension. And the extension downstairs through that window will be the living room. And as I say, all this bit will be open, all this wall's coming out, and there'll be a dining room table around here, kitchen over in that corner, and the back of the living room over in that corner. Whilst I'm in this room, I want to talk about HelloFresh, who are sponsoring this video. For those of you that don't know, they're a subscription service, so you go onto their website, subscribe to however often you want, so say once a month you want. In my world, I don't want to go to the supermarket after working here or working for clients and then coming here, or even working on the weekends. I don't want the hassle of going to the supermarket. So what you do with HelloFresh, you go online, there's over 40 meals to choose from. So my wife and I, obviously 2 people, we can choose 3 meals for a week, and we'll cook ourselves twice, and then HelloFresh will cover the other 3 nights. Gets delivered on the day you want, and then you don't have to do anything. You just have to literally unwrap it, cook it for however long, depending on the dish, and then all the hassle taken out of it. But let me show you more. So it comes in this box, which I've emptied over here, and then you get the recipe like this. So on this one, I've ordered the 21-day sirloin steak, and as you see, it's got a code 32, and that lines up with the right packaging for that date. Got your meat in here and some veg as well. So this is 3 dinners worth I've ordered. The steak, the butter chicken and basmati rice, which is number 1, which is all the ingredients in there, number 1 for that one. And then I ordered a side of Duff-and-Nose potatoes and duck, which is inside the bag. So it's really simple, tells you exactly what to do. And as I say, the most important thing for me is that after a busy day working here, I'm usually really dusty and horrible and I want to get home and have a shower. I do not want to be going to the supermarket and buying these things. And actually, we've had meals that we wouldn't ever really cook ourselves as well. I know everyone has their sort of 5 to 10 meals that you might prepare at home yourself, and we've tried some things that we would just never attempt at home, and everything's included. So you've got the sauces. So for example, all these little different sauces, like that's just a chicken stock. But everything comes prepared for you, just ready to go. Creme fraiche, got the garlic, cheese, everything you want. So it's really handy, and as I say, they're doing 60% off the first box if you use code NICK60, and then 25% off the following 8 boxes. So I think a box of 3 dinners for 2 people is around £29. So 60% off should bring that down to more like £11–12, which for 3 dinners for 2 people is pretty good. So I'm looking forward to having those from tonight, and definitely looking forward to not having to go to the supermarket. Let's continue on our tour. So for those of you that have just seen this video for the first time, this whole hallway is changing so much. So this stairs are being flipped. So you come in the front door here, stairs are going to go this way, hopefully not blocking this window anymore, and then up here into what is the ceiling. And that will really open up this doorway. And then behind me, there was a cupboard here that I've removed, and this whole wall's coming out and will be a corridor straight through to that dining room, kitchen extension at the back. So it should be much brighter, which is nice. I haven't pulled the curtains in here, which I should have done, but you can see the funky age of them. This has all been stripped back, got this beautiful parquet flooring, hidden gem discovered underneath. Everything's been stripped in here, polystyrene tiles off the ceiling. And this room is being split into 2, so we don't know where yet, but the front room is going to be an office slash 5th bedroom if you want to call it that, but really it's an office. Then a stud wall will be coming across here somewhere, maybe just in front of this fireplace, and then this back bit will be a large utility room, which will be really useful, as we've never had a utility room before, and a big one would be great for hanging laundry and everything. So there's a downstairs loo now, but that's being moved over to this section because this is going to be a hallway going to the extension. You can see out this window where that extension will be. All the carpets have been up, all those wallpapers have been stripped. I'm just waiting for those plans to come back. Let's go this way for a change. Bathroom, the pink bathroom that so many of you loved is unfortunately gone. All the tiles, 3 layers of tiles gone. So this is where the stairs will be coming up from downstairs. And then this wall, essentially where this wallpaper is, will be knocked down. And that'll be a hall to 2 new bedrooms over there. One for my wife and I with an ensuite. One for our daughter with an ensuite. And then this room that was the bedroom will become our bathroom. And I believe is being studded off around here somewhere to create some storage for up here as well. So a little storage space in there. Because it's quite a big size and I don't think you need a big bathroom, especially with en-suites. I've had permission from my structure engineer, which excites me a lot, to knock down this wall and this wall, which come to here, and all of this can come out. This is going to be our ensuite for this bedroom, which, if you want to call it anything, is going to be called the guest bedroom. So I love destroying things, so much fun if you do it carefully. So all of these walls with the wallpaper on can come out in the next couple of weeks when I get some free time around my client work. And then what is the master bedroom now is sort of our 4th bedroom, because it's the only one without an ensuite. It's a lovely size, all been stripped. You can see I've started doing a little bit of wiring, haven't capped any of it off yet, but I just had some spare time, so I've just wired this room and that room. I've just thrown a few cables in place. So yeah, that's the tour. Hoping for planning to come back in the next 2 months. I submitted them last month and it's usually 2 to 3 months, but usually 3. Hopefully it gets passed first time. We're not doing anything the neighbours haven't done, so with a bit of luck, it's all good. And we can start working. May seems optimistic, but maybe June, hopefully, fingers crossed. As I say, I'll keep posting, got lots going on here. The builders are actually starting, just doing some labouring work, like removing the patio, removing the swimming pool. So I'll put all the footage I have up on my Instagram. I think you said 1936 Bungalow, it's not anymore. It's called the YouTube Reno on Instagram. I'll put everything up on there for you guys to keep up to date. And as I say, check out HelloFresh. I found it really useful working long hours here to not have the hassle of thinking of a meal, buying ingredients and actually going and getting it. And the food's been delicious. So Nick 60 to get 60% off your first box, and then 25% off your following 8 boxes. Really recommend it. Thanks to everyone for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.